What's up guys, Ryan here from Mud Gunner, and today I'm going to show you how to disassemble the modern IWI Galil and the old IMI Galil. There's a slight difference between the two, but relatively speaking they're both the same. The modern Galil is one of the very few firearms that actually requires some strength to take it apart and put it back together. It's not something that you probably want to have your girlfriend do. I don't foresee my girlfriend ever wanting to learn how to do this, but yeah, they're a little bit tough. The old one is definitely easier, and I'm going to show you the differences. As far as which one I'm going to take apart, we're going to take apart the IWI Galil Ace SAR Gen 1. They're both Galil Ace SARs, but this is the Gen 1, that's the Gen 2. As far as like disassembly differences, when you take this one apart, the top rail of your handguard here does come off with it, where the modern Gen 2, it does not. So your rail is all one piece, and then the piston tube or the gas tube underneath the rail, that comes out on its own. So on the Gen 2, your rail will not move at all. On the Gen 1, this top rail that's holding my light right here, this will come off. So that's the only difference between those two disassemblies, and then this one's about the same. But we're gonna start with this one. I'm gonna take it apart, put it back together. Same thing with that one, and this is just gonna be for general maintenance, cleaning, stuff like that. So let's get into it. I'm gonna bring the camera a little bit closer. All right, so we're gonna start off with the Galil SAR Gen 1. And first up, we're gonna make sure it's clear. It is clear. So you're gonna push in the spring right here. This is your recoil spring. It's under some good tension. And what you have to do is push it in and then down, and it's a little tough. So you might have to just kind of fumble with your fingers a little bit, but once you get it in there, you can pull the dust cover up. Now it's kind of stiff, so you might have to like knock it a bit or pull from side to side. Like right now, yeah, this thing is pretty stiff, but there we go. And then, oh, I forgot. So remember I was saying that your tube's gonna come off? Well, I have a rail ladder here, so I have to take that off so that it separates. So with your recoil spring, you wanna try to not bend it because it can damage it. With this, I'm gonna just go straight back and then just kind of tilt it to the side so it gets out of there. So try not to bend it. This one has this little buffer right here, so don't lose that. Then with your bolt carrier group, you're gonna pull this back and then straight up. And then this is the tube I was talking about, so this holds your piston assembly in order, so that just falls out the back. So it has my light attached to it, and that's it. So on a Gen 2, this would not have the rail attached, it would be underneath the rail and it just slides out. But that is the internals right there. You don't have to take anything else apart for disassembly or cleaning. As far as your bolt carrier group goes, it's very similar to an AK at this point. So just push back, you're gonna twist it out and then forward, and that's it. You don't have to go any further than this, but yeah, very easy. It just requires a little bit of strength and some finessing with your fingers. Next up, we'll put the tube back in. So with this, there's a rail on each side for it to line up into the grooves on your receiver here. So just slide this forward. And there we go. So with your bolt carrier and bolt, just put it in the front and then slide it to the left and forward until it locks in place. And then with this, you want to make sure it stays in the forward position as you stick it in. So there's going to be tabs on each side right here that go in the back of your receiver right here. There's an opening right here. So you're going to go straight down and forward. And there you go. So you see it's in the groove. Once you have that in, we are going to put the spring assembly back in. So I'm going to just start from the side right here. And then when I'm right here, I'm going to just push it forward. Turn it in here. And there. So it can fall into groove like this, like a traditional AK, but then you're not going to be able to get the dust cover back on. So you actually have to push it forward and down. And what you're going to do is your dust cover has a little indexing tab right here. You're going to insert that in the front here. And then you got to make sure that the dust cover goes on the exterior of the receiver on both sides. And when you have it lined up, you basically have to just tap it in. Now, if they're more broken in, they might fall into place. This one, I still have to tap it in, so I'm going to just hold it in place and just tap it in. And now it's in place, but you see your recoil spring assembly is still not all the way back. So you're going to hold it down and you're going to pull your charging handle back. Sometimes it takes 2 times. So I'm going to pull it back once. And you see it popped into place, and now it is fully assembled. So you can function check it. So right now, safety works, fire works. And then with this, I can put my little rail ladder back on right here. And yeah, that is the whole disassembly of the Galil Ace SAR. So now we're gonna do the IMI Galil. So this is the old school IMI Galil. It's an iconic gun. Take the mag out. This one does take its own proprietary mag. Modern Galils take modern AK or AR mags. And with this, charging handle is on the right side of the gun like an AK. So take the safety off. And obviously it's a very big gun to fit all in the camera frame, so I'm gonna do my best. But Same thing back here, you have the big push pin. You're gonna push this in, this is your recoil spring, and you're gonna push it down. And again, it's a little awkward, so use my index finger here. I'm going at a slight angle for you guys. There you go, so it's down. Now this pops up, much easier than a modern one. Recoil spring just goes up and out the back. And then bolt carrier group comes out the back, lifts up. And then now this one, the whole tube just slides out the back. There you go. And you see, very easy, very similar. We'll put this back in. And it's an open concept, so you don't have any rails to go with. This one does have a built-in bipod underneath, which is cool. So I'm gonna line this back up right here. Your bolt carrier group would disassemble the same way, like an AK again. So you're gonna slide this back and forward, and that's it. So slide it to the left and forward. Now it's locked into place. Slide the bolt carrier group in, push straight down, and slide it forward. And now it's back on the track. Same thing with your recoil spring. Slide this in. You're gonna push it forward, and even though it can fall in a groove like that, you push it forward and down because you need to get the dust cover back on. Now this dust cover is much easier to get back on. So kind of like an AK, it doesn't have the indexing tab in the front like modern Galils. You slide it, and then there's a little groove right there that it falls in. So line this up in there, just lift it straight up. There you go. And see how it just kind of falls in place much better. So like I'm just applying pressure and it's already in the groove here. Now same thing, you're gonna hold it down and pull your charging handle back and it's gonna pop into place. There you go. So I didn't have to do any smacking or hammering, and maybe you did back in the day, but yeah, this one, no need to. So that is how you disassemble and reassemble the modern Galil and the old school IMI Galil. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next video.